Well, better late than never, let's review The Prodigy. So The Prodigy's about Taylor Schilling, and she has this son who's born with I think it's called heterochromia or something, where his eyes are two different colors. And as the child grows up, he begins to develop faster than normal and actually becomes insanely smart at a really young age. And this carries into his middle to older childhood, where he's about, I think, 8 years old. And pretty soon the genius that he is starts to get weird. Like, he'll be having dreams, and in his sleep he will be speaking in a completely different language. And when I saw the trailer to this movie, I thought it was going to be pretty cool. I didn't have too high hopes because it did look like it was going to be a typical cliche horror film, and coming out of it, I will say that in some parts of it was, and in other parts it surprised me. I had a good time at the theaters with this one, and I'm gonna end up seeing it again. I liked it. By far the best part of this movie is Taylor Schilling, the main actress. She does a phenomenal job. There's 2 or 3 scenes in this movie that stand out in my opinion, one in a hospital, that actually got me a little more emotional than I expected to get, because she was just doing such a good job on the screen. And as far as acting goes, she's the only actress that really stands out in my opinion. The child, he was alright at best. The only other movie I'd seen him in was the recent It. He played Georgie in the beginning, and so he only had probably like less than 2 minutes of screen time. And in this movie, he's clearly got a lot more than he did in that one. And it really shows that this kid isn't the best actor. Now, he's 8, and I can't really bash a child. You know, he's probably a better actor than I would be if I tried acting. Whenever the main character is a child, you have to get an actor that's up to par with the role that he's playing, and I don't think that this kid was quite there yet. However, there was a scene involving a psychiatrist where the child's acting was on point, and all I'm gonna say is the writing and the direction of this scene nailed it. They nailed it. If you've seen the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. And going back on the whole cliche horror aspect, there are a lot of jump scares here and there in the movie, and there is one jump scare that stands out in my mind involving a face. That's all I'm gonna say. It involves a face, and it frightened me. In a movie like this, doing that as a jump scare, it could have either been really, really cheesy, like the epitome of cheese, or it could actually be decent. And to me, it worked. It was pretty spooky. There were a few scenes in the movie like this that actually kind of got me, where I'm like, you know, this movie's actually kind of creeping me out. Filmmaking was really good in that aspect, and there were a few shots in the movie that were really, really well done. One shot that stands out in my mind is actually the opening shot of the movie. The very first shot, I was like, I can tell that the director knows what he's doing. He's drawing the audience in that first shot of the movie, and I loved it. Unfortunately, in this case, I feel like the first shot of the movie was way better than the first scene of the movie. The opening scene of the film didn't grip me at all. It actually just kind of was weird, and I feel like if they didn't include it, the movie wouldn't have been any worse. There were a couple of cool things that they did with the editing in the beginning, but just to me it was a weird jumbled mess that kind of didn't mesh well with the tones of the rest of the film. And another scene that I really didn't like is the very end. Like, there's the last thing that happens in the movie. I thought it was pretty dumb. I thought that if they would have went a certain way, it would have went for a darker and better ending. But they went a different route, and I think that this different route was so it could set up for a possible sequel or something, and I don't want that. I don't feel like this movie needs a sequel. I feel like it's fine the way it is. And another negative I have to this movie is the fact that anytime something happens, the characters feel the need that they have to tell the audience that it's happening, as if we can't already figure it out for ourselves. And what really pisses me off is the fact that this is a rated R movie, so the audience is adults. Telling the audience what they should already know is just dumb, and that just irritates the hell out of me. All that said though, I still had a great time with it. Taylor Schilling still did an amazing job acting. There were some really chilling sequences, but the beginning was weak, the ending was terrible, but like the whole middle section was actually really good. I want to see this movie again. I feel like I could like it more, I could like it less upon future viewings, but for now I'm going to say The Prodigy gets a B. This is a better horror film that I've seen in a long time. I don't remember the last horror movie I saw that impressed me this much, but I don't remember the last horror movie I saw. This one was pretty good. I would rank it among like Ouija Origins of Evil and Annabelle Creation. Like those types of films, it would probably like be within those. Alright, so there's my review for the Prodigy. Next up, Hannah's going to join me again, and we're going to be reviewing How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. Saw that last night, and we're probably going to review that tonight. I can't think of a way to close this video, so enjoy this clip of me hitting Hannah in the head with a bat.